Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 12, Chapter 24, A 5-Year-Old Child, Part 2 of 2. There was once a king called Satyavata. He was named so because truth was his way of life, his goal and his guide. He derived great joy through the strict adherence to truth, and one day, a few hours before dawn, during Brahma Muhurtam, the time dedicated for meditation on God, he proceeded alone through the lion gate of his fort in order to have a holy dip in the sea, for the day was a holy one marked out in the calendar as sacred for such ceremonial baths. Only truth sustains charity, riches, and good relations. While he was passing through the gate, he saw a fair maiden with a halo of splendor going out. Curious to know who she was and why she was making her exit at that early hour, he accosted her. She replied that she was the goddess of riches, Dhanalakshmi. I have been here long. I desire a change. I do not stay in one place long. Satyavrata told her, Go, go. I do not object or obstruct. At the same time, a charming masculine figure was seen quietly going through the lion gate. The king asked him who he was and where he was going. He replied, I am charity. When Dhanalakshmi has left, what do I stay here for? The king allowed him to leave, and he moved on. Within a few moments, another charming person was going through. The king found out that this was Sadachara, representing goodness in social behavior. How can good social relations be sustained without riches and the quality of generosity? He asked. I am leaving because the two are here no more. The king agreed and he moved on too. The next emigrant the king saw was Fame. He lamented the disappearance of the other three and himself wanted to go. The king let him go. He said, How can fame survive the absence of riches, charity, and happy social life? And the king felt he was right. Meanwhile, a person with overwhelming splendor came into the gate from the fort with intention to leave the city. When asked who he was, he said, I am truth. At this, the king pleaded with him to stay in the city, the kingdom, the palace, and the homes of the people. The king said that if he leaves, the loss would be irreplaceable, and life would not be worthwhile. At this, Truth decided to stay, and Fame returned to the fort in a trice. For truth is enough basis for fame to flourish, and Sadachara returned and grew. So too, charity and riches came back and established themselves in the kingdom. All the others were delighted to share the glory of Satya, truth. Dedicate your lives to the good and to God. You too must take delight in sharing the glory of this Satya, that is myself. You are members of the organization bearing my name, and so you have to live every minute in the consciousness of that responsibility. Bearing a high-class name, you should not live in a low-class way. Rise into divinity. Do not fall into bestiality. Many rise only to get a better view of the lowly earth, as vultures do, when they fly high to get a wider view of the spots where carrion lies. Manava, human, must achieve the status of Madhava, God. And who is God? Truth is God. Love is God. Peace is God. Develop truth, cultivate love, establish yourselves in peace. You are on the road to divinity. Become water so that you can merge with water. If you remain oil, you cannot merge. So develop divine characteristics. You are now in the hands of God's care, but you do not realize it. This kerchief is held by me. If my hand does not hold it, it falls. So too, if God does not hold you, you fall. Whatever you do, wherever you are placed, believe that God has put you there for that work. Then it becomes an education and a sadhana, spiritual practice. In this conference, learn this lesson. Take up the good work allotted to you gladly and carry it out to the best of your ability for the greater glory of God. Do not dedicate your lives to material goods. Dedicate them to the good and to God. When the Petromax lamp grows dim, you clean it with a pin. When it starts giving trouble, you pump vigorously, don't you? When that is done, it shines bright and gives good light. Consider the state conferences held at more frequent intervals as the treatment with the pin, and the All India conferences such as this as the vigorous pumping process. The objects of both these conferences are the same: the establishment of peace and harmony in the world through the organization. Think of the organization as a lamp. The oil that keeps it burning is love, but to light the lamp you need a little methylated spirit. In this case, that represents jnana or supreme wisdom. A little quantity of that is needed for love to be steady and universal. And of course, there must be plenty of the oil of love. Good company, good acts, good thoughts, these are also of great help. This is the 6th All India Conference. 5 conferences have met and resolved on various plans and rules. What has been the progress? I must say that we are very much in the same place, no advance at all. It is pardonable if a 5-year-old child plays about and is drawn hither and thither by the 5 senses. The 6th year, the Shashti Abda, warns that you must now transcend the trammels of 5 senses and become free from both pride and depression, carrying out your tasks boldly and with faith and devotion. Every day, with every act and every thought and every word, you must approach nearer and nearer God. That will give you the supremmost bliss. That will confer true liberation. End of part 2 of 2, Rajamundry, January 4th, 1974.